What's good, everybody? It's your boy Chaz, Custom Auto Cars. Big shout out to everybody. Much props. Thank you all for your comments. Appreciate it very much. Got a model kit review for you guys today. A very nice one. This one's on the AMT Resto Rods edition. A 2-in-1 kit. It's a 1966 Chevrolet Nova. It's a 1/25th scale level 2. Pretty awesome little kit. Just a few little issues here and there with this kit. But I give this kit a number 8 on a rating of 1 through 10. So here's the box art here of the built model kit. Here's the stock version. So you can build this in a couple ways, which is really nice. So of course the box art is the same on each side, and you have your information here. So there you go. So paint. It includes paint and glue and whatever, but this kit didn't have it. This was given to me without it, which is cool. I really don't need that glue anyways. I use CA glue now, so I don't use Testra's model glue that much anymore as I used to. So let's go ahead and crack this box open and see why this one got an 8 rating. Okay, you guys, here's the instructions for the 66 Chevrolet Nova. Get a picture of the car here. Unfortunately, there is no brief history about the vehicle itself, just all information. And they do tell you to use cement sparingly or a sloppy job may result. Read all cautions and warning labels carefully. And then they tell you to scrape your paint and your chrome plating to where the glue is going to be applied, as if you don't know how to build a model. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's really cool that they put that there because it's for people who's never built a model before and that sort of stuff. So. But and this is also a reminder to all of us that are seasoned model builders. Use cement sparingly, and we know how that goes, especially with CA glue when it drips on places where you don't want it to drip. Yeah, not good. But anyways, it's all good. Just wanted to show you guys a few things with the instructions before we go on. Oh, by the way, the instructions are well illustrated, easy to follow. Don't know if it's easy to understand, but it is easy to follow. So just going to show you guys something really quick here. Here's one part of the engine assembly that's going on. But and here's the second part, which is your well, they call it the resto rod. So I guess this is more like a Pro Street kind of version, you know. So. And then over here you have your other version here. And then what I don't have in the kit are these wheels. I do have the custom wheels and the mags, but I don't have the stock wheels. That's in my parts box somewhere. So, but you get 3 sets of wheels. Okay. You don't get the tub chassis. The guy that gave me this kit said you do not get the tub chassis with this one, which is very unfortunate. And that's why he gave it to me, because this kit was just really bad. So I was like, okay, I'll take it off your hands. What else? What else is not in this kit right now? This is all not in the kit right now. I have this already built up somewhere. Let me see. Here's part of it right here. See, I built it up already. And I don't know what happened to the engine part. Oh, there it is. Here's the engine part right here. So there you go. That's it for the instructions. Just wanted to point those few things out, you guys, so you know what's missing and whatnot. So here's the body, and here we have the hood and the hood scoop. Now, back in 2010, I just broke this one off before I did the review. So back in 2010, I had glued this hood scoop on there, and I just realized, how am I going to get paint underneath there? And it needs to be cleaned up. So as you could tell, I have to mold in the little sides here. This does not fit properly. There's a lot of excess plastic that you need to clean up. You got to fill in a little groove right in there. But other than that, it's a pretty nice hood scoop. And then for the hood, you got to cut the opening yourself, and you got to trim it out and whatever. It's a very nice hood, except for the badging right here. It's very shallow, not a lot of detail in it. You got to clean around the edges, and you have to clean the sink mark. And there's another 2, I believe, one here and one there. But overall, it's got the nice underhood detail, and hood latch right there. So that's pretty awesome. It does come with static hinges, just to let you guys know, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But if you want moving hinges, of course you got to do your own. So also back in 2010, I cut out the trunk lid and I hinged it, so it works out perfect. But anyways, the body was really nice. I didn't have a lot of issues with it, except for a little bit of flash right in here in the corner. But other than that, it was pretty nice. I will be stripping all the badging and the molded in door handles, of course. But here you go. There's your badging, your door handle. There you go. And then you have your molded in windshield wipers, which is I just don't understand. You know, it's like it is what it is, though. You know. But then you got your little ledge for where your hood sits. Here's the other side. You got your molded in fuel door. Then you got to clean in your you got to clean up the sink marks in there, and you got molded in sun visors, which it's another no for this kit, but you could always pull out from your parts box, or you can scratch build your own out of styrene plastic. So okay, here's your interior tub. It's got the tabs for your where your seats go. It's got a nice rear deck, which I had to notch it out for the hood hinges. So that's just a little tip for you guys if you want it to work out. You got the molded in pedal, and you got a molded in floor mat and textured carpet also molded in there. Oh, I couldn't get that one out. Oh my god. But the pedal is very out of scale. I don't know, to me it looks out of scale. It looks really tiny than what I've seen on some pedals. So, but overall, you're not going to have to worry about any cleanup under here. Just get rid of this plastic, extra plastic, so this can lay down, you know, evenly. And then here's the chassis. It's pretty rough, but you got your molded in engine brackets, your engine mounts, which look really nice. It does need a little cleanup here and there, but it's got some nice overall detail to it. One thing is too, they did not include was the back to the frame. Now you might have to construct that out of styrene strips or something, but it just looks odd that it's open like that. I mean, the car's going to do splits. So, and then Paul Turley has a video on how to get rid of some of these stampings. So you have to get rid of these very carefully, and Paul has a good tip on that. I have my way too, but my way is just like scrub it all down and make sure it's gone. So, and sometimes I have to just, I don't care about the details, so I do have to be careful with that one, but it's all good. So that's that for the chassis. Again, it's pretty nice, you know. I don't know if it's gonna have any fit issues or what, but we'll see what happens. And of course, you got your clear piece, your clear tree right here, which you got your front windshield with the vent windows molded in, which is a nice touch, because I've always hated, you know, gluing in the vent windows. I've always had problems with that. So it's all molded. You do have to carefully clean around the edges, and I mean carefully. You don't scratch the windshield or nothing. So there's your rear windshield. There's your side windshield or your side windows with the molded in pillar. So you can choose to use these or not. I'm not going to use them because that's bad. So, and then you have your headlights right here, and you got to get rid of these little tabs. So other than that, parts are very nice. They're not blemished or scratched. Okay, you guys, before I get on with this one, if you guys can comment below and let me know what do you guys think about some of these parts. But to me, they just look out of scale. They look too small, just like the molded in pedal. They just don't seem right. And I've seen other AMT, you know, I have other AMT kits and Revell kits that have way better looking parts for a compact vehicle than this one. So you guys let me know what's going on. So let's go ahead and start off with the steering wheels in the bag, and I call these the steering wheel on a stick. They look like a lollipop on a stick. But hey, I guess you can, you know, add your own little design to it and flair and whatever. So, but they are a steering wheel on a stick to me. So this is your custom steering wheel, I believe. Let me see if I can get this thing to shrink down a little bit. There we go. So it's nicely detailed overall. Looks really, really cool. And then of course you have your stock steering wheel on a stick. If the glare would kind of, there you go. So very cool. They're very, very nice. Nicely detailed. So that's that. And then here we have our parts tree, or one part of it. This one's got your exhaust on here, two-part exhaust. So you got the front part and you got the rear part, which's got some nice tips on there, but they need a lot of cleaning. And then, see, this is what I mean, you guys. Look at the spindles and the upper A-arms. They just look really small. They look rinky-dinky. But, I mean, they're nicely detailed and all, you know, for what it is. So, and then this front suspension setup, you got your lower A-arms, steering linkage, and your sway bar all molded together, but very nicely detailed. But it's just really, really small. And then, of course, you have one part to your steering gearbox, and there's another part floating around somewhere. But you have to be careful with this one because it falls off the tree. So, and then on this one you have your radiator shroud and your radiator molded together, which I prefer to have the shroud a little, you know, separate, but it is what it is. So there it is. And then you have your molded in, you have your door panels with the molded in details, the armrest, the window cranks, and speakers. But these are very nice. These are very nice. So, okay, on this parts tree we have our dashboard right here. It's all detailed and everything. Got a really nice radio detail. And then you got your molded in pedals, of course. So there's a lot of things you could do with this, and it's very skinny, very small. And then, of course, you got your nicely molded fender wells, which is a separate unit. So you can make this car with fender wells or without. So that's a nice option. And then, of course, you have your firewall with the details in there and everything. And then you've got your radiator and your radiator support, which is kind of odd to me because the radiator glues onto here, or at least I think it does on the front, because this is the back side of it. This is where the grill, this sits behind the grill, so you got to clean up all those little sink marks, which is really bad, but it's all good. There's the back side to your firewall, which you don't have to worry about those sink marks because you're gluing that against the interior tub. Fender wells you do have to clean up on the inside. As you can see, it's got a lot of sink marks there. So, but yeah. So here's your transmission mount, master cylinder. There's your strut brackets, and then this is your battery, which is nicely detailed. That's a nice battery. So, and here's the bottom portion to it. And then, of course, you have your static hinges for the static display. And they need a little cleanup and everything, but these are nicely molded as well and detailed. And then on this parts tree, you have your stock wheel backings, your drive shaft, your leaf springs with the brackets, and you've got your springs here. You got two halves of your axle, your shocks, and these headers, which are very, very nicely molded. I don't know how well they go together and how well they look, but to me they're overall nice headers. You've got your cylinder heads, oil pan, your fan, two halves of your engine, the timing belt chain cover, and the water pump molded together, distributor, coil, starter. You got your sneaker pipes, which is an awesome pipes. And you got dual carbs here. You got your fan belt and pulley assembly, traction bars, radiator hose, your manifold, some little part that goes to the firewall, I believe, or something, and it's your washer bottle and your stock headers. I mean, the really cool thing is you only got to do some cleanup here and there, as you can see. You got to do some cleanup. You might have to extend your axles out a little bit because when you glue the wheels on, I'm not for sure how it's going to come out, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a gap between the wheel and the back of the like these things here. So, and the custom version as well. So before I get into the custom one, here's all your extra parts here. So you end up with two different engines. See, this one's got some little details to it and stuff like that. So, and then for this engine block, it's kind of like it's the stock version, I believe. So the transmission is detailed, and of course these are the backings to the custom wheels. There's your other set of exhaust pipes. You have your front of your engine with the doesn't look like there's a water pump molded to it, so that's the front of your engine. Another belt and pulley system, another fan, manifold, oil pan, cylinder heads, and some more headers here with the clamps molded in. So all is very, very nice, and you get a set of bucket seats, which these are the nicest bucket seats I've seen. They're not two-piece, and there's not a lot of cleanup needed. So they're all molded together, and it's very, very nice. But other than that, got a lot of extra parts, so you get two engines. That is friggin' sweet. So that is cool. Now we're going to move on to some of the chrome stuff. Goody goody gumdrops. We get to do some chrome. Here you got the rear bumper, which all you need to clean is the little knobs right here that when you take them off the parts tree, you got to clean them up. But that's that. Very nicely chromed. And of course you get a set of valve covers, your street rod style finned air cleaner and top. And then of course you have your air conditioning unit. I think that's what I think it is. Alternator, and these are your custom wheels, which look like something from a Jeep or a truck. So I would not put these on my car. But they are what they are, so there you go. Here's a little bit more look of the air cleaner and the detail. And same with the alternator itself. So really nice chrome parts overall. Okay, on this chrome tree here, you have your front grille with the molded in bumper. You do have your turn signal lights molded in, so you have to paint those amber orange. So that's just a little tip for you guys. But overall, it's really, really nice, and at least it does not come with the molded in headlights, of course, because I already showed you the clear plastic, so that's awesome. Here's your rear piece to your the rear of your trunk, and then you have your tail lights, which you're going to have to paint accordingly. You're going to have to paint, the top parts clear red, which I suggest to me a clear red, and then white in the bottom. And then you have your side strips for the bottom of the car. And then you have your rocker panel detailed, and these ones go to the front of the fenders right in here. So, and then this is your center console, hood trim, some really nice Krager wheels, really, really nice, 5 spokes, those are really cool. You have your manifold, the top to the manifold, and custom valve covers, and then you got your radiator hose, and your shifter knob, which could be a lot better than the way it looks. And then of course you got your alternator, custom alternator, and you got 2 dual air cleaners. You got the velocity stacks here, and you got these air filters here, which the detailing on it, I mean, they're molded together like this. I mean, they don't look right. They look crappy. So, but it is what it is, you guys, and that's about it on the model kit review for the 1966 Chevrolet Nova Resto Rod by AMT. Big cat walking through. Somebody's being rude. So I got a warm breeze blowing through. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for letting me share. Hopefully you guys are able to get a kit and get one of these Novas and make it part of your collection and stuff like that. So stay tuned for more videos. And until then, keep your heads up no matter what through all the struggles. Keep hope, keep faith. Keep up the great work. Keep on doing what you're doing. And until the next video, you guys, it's your boy Chaz Customs, Custom Auto Cars, and Custom Auto Cars for life. Peace.